Imagine walking into a pitch-black cave and discovering not just ancient paintings, but masterpieces that would revolutionize our understanding of human creativity. That's exactly what happened in France's Chauvet Cave, where 36,000-year-old artwork shows our ancestors were far more sophisticated than we ever imagined.
That's fascinating. And to think it was all discovered by accident in 1994. What makes these particular cave paintings so different from others we've found?
Well, the scale and sophistication are unprecedented. We're talking about over 1,000 images spread across 400 meters of cave passages, including 425 animal figures that demonstrate techniques we thought weren't developed until much later in human history.
Hmm. Tell me more about these techniques. What exactly were they doing that was so advanced?
So get this, they weren't just drawing stick figures. They used multiple materials like charcoal and red ochre, created three-dimensional effects through shading, and even incorporated the natural cave contours to enhance their artwork. The lion panel is incredible. It shows more than 90 lions in dynamic hunting poses, essentially creating prehistoric motion pictures on stone.
The sophistication of their artistic skills really challenges our assumptions about early humans, doesn't it?
Exactly. And here's what's really mind-blowing. They weren't just painting animals they hunted. They created detailed images of lions, rhinos, owls, and panthers, species that weren't necessarily part of their daily lives. This suggests they had a complex understanding of their environment and possibly used art for spiritual or symbolic purposes.
You know, I've read that they found some fascinating evidence of human activity beyond just the artwork. What else did they discover in there?
Oh man, the human elements are incredible. They found footprints preserved in the cave floor, including one from a child, like a direct message from 36,000 years ago. They also discovered what appears to be a ritual space with a bear skull carefully placed on a rock platform. It's like, well, imagine finding evidence of ancient ceremonies that we can still recognize today.
That really brings it home that these were real people with complex thoughts and beliefs, doesn't it?
Absolutely right. And the abstract symbols they left behind, dots, handprints, and geometric patterns, might represent early forms of symbolic communication. Some researchers think these could be a proto-writing system or early numerical notation.
How have scientists managed to study all this without damaging such delicate artifacts?
They've used some incredibly advanced technology, 3D laser scanning to create perfect digital models, detailed pigment analysis to understand their materials and techniques, and radiocarbon dating that showed two distinct periods of activity around 36,000 and 30,000 years ago.
And now they've built this amazing replica, right? Chauvet do?
Yes, it's currently the largest cave replica in the world, opened in 2015. They've recreated every single detail, every contour, every pigment, every surface texture. It's so accurate that researchers can actually use it for study when they can't access the original cave.
What do you think is the most significant thing we've learned from Chauvet?
Well, it's completely transformed our understanding of human cognitive development. These weren't primitive people making random marks. They were sophisticated artists with complex thoughts, spiritual beliefs, and technical skills. They were capable of planning, innovation, and expressing abstract concepts through art.
So, in a way, we're not so different from our ancestors after all.
That's exactly right. You know what's really powerful? These images still resonate with us today. The compositions, the use of perspective, the emotional impact, they could hang in any modern gallery. It shows that the fundamental human desire to create art, to tell stories, to make sense of our world, that's been with us for tens of thousands of years. And thanks to careful preservation and the amazing replica at Chauvet 2, these ancient artists are still telling their stories today